Welcome to my channel. I've been asked to react to Angelina Jordan singing Always on My Mind. It's my understanding that this is the only time she's done this, and she dedicated it to her grandfather, who had passed away just a few days before she did this song. And in a discussion in the comments, several people asked me to do it, but one individual mentioned that it might not be respectful to her because she was crying. But then others argued that if she didn't want it to be shown to the world, she wouldn't have put it on her channel. This is on her cover channel. So I watched it last night because I wanted to make sure that it was respectful to her and that it was something that I would not be embarrassed to show on my channel, that I would not feel badly about doing it. And so I did, and I cried, and I'll probably cry again watching it today. It's a great song. I've always loved this song. Elvis Presley did it. The most familiar version, I think, to many people is when Willie Nelson did it. The words this song are wonderful. And when you think about it in the context of her grandfather passing away, it has very special meaning to her, I'm sure. But I'm going to do it. I think I'll be able to make my way through it. We'll see. But thank you for suggesting it. Thank you for my channel. You, my viewers, thank you so much. I so deeply appreciate every one of you that comes to my channel. I'm actually getting to the point where I can recognize thanks in Russian. Can you believe that? Whenever someone comments on my channel in a language that I'm not familiar with, I put it into Google Translate to see what they said, and then if I respond, I write it in English, translate it to their language, then I copy that back over to the left side and view it in English to make sure that it's actually saying what I wanted to say to them. And if it is, then I paste that language translation into my reply to them, because I think it's, I'm trying to be respectful to you. If you're going to comment on my channel in your language, then I'm going to respond to you in your language to the best of my ability, using Google Translate, which is pretty good for most languages. But I always try to make sure that the translation that I've created actually translates back into English, saying what I tried to say. And sometimes I've had to do it several times to get it to work right. I just try different wordings until it says what I'm trying to convey. And I hope you appreciate that as much as I appreciate you coming to my channel from all over the world to view these videos. I'm gobsmacked. If you don't know what that means, look it up. And I try to mention in every video now that I hope that you'll support these artists that I feature on my channel. What I do is I go to their YouTube channel and I get all the links that they have in their description, and I paste them into the description under the video. So if you would go to my video and you look at the description and click on the word more, it will expand the description, and then you'll be able to see all those links. And I would appreciate it if you'd subscribe to their channels, as I do, and subscribe to their social media accounts if you have them. And if you're interested in that artist particularly, if you'll buy their music, I know that they will appreciate that. This is how we get these artists to grow. So thank you for that. Now, without further ado, let's watch Always on My Mind.
This song is dedicated to my grandpa. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good good as I should have. Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have. Little things I should said and done, I just never took the time. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Maybe I didn't hold you.
Oh gosh. See, when you watch these videos, for the first time, you often miss little details that you begin to see. I didn't even notice when I watched it last night that she had a picture of her grandfather sitting beside her. Such a simple scene and such a beautiful song, and she's singing it so beautifully. Oh, gosh.
You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Maybe I didn't hold you.
Wait.
The time you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind.
Oh, gosh. She looked at the picture.
Maybe I didn't hold you all the lonely, lonely times. And I guess I never told you I'm so happy that you're mine. If I make you feel second best, Grandpa, I'm so sorry I was so blind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Tell me that your sweet love hasn't died. Give me one more chance to keep you satisfied, satisfied. Little things I should have said and done, I'm so sorry that you're mine. You.
She's struggling to get through this. But what a trooper she is.
Said and done, I'm so sorry that you're mine.
That little gesture right there, that tells me she's trying hard to complete the song without crying.
You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, wow. For her to do that, with all the sadness she had to have in her heart at that time in her life. It's astounding that she could make it through that song with those words and complete it until the very end, when she couldn't do it anymore and she broke up. Oh, man. That song will never mean the same thing to me again. I always thought of it as a love song, and it is a love song. It's a love to her grandfather, but oh boy, if you have someone, and I'm not saying this from a selfish point of view, trust me, if you have someone in your life that's elderly, don't neglect them. Call them up. Tell them that you love them. You have no idea how much that means to an elderly person, and how important it is that they still have contact with the people in their lives that they love. Call them up. Go see them if you can. A lot of times they're too far away, I know, but if they're close enough, go visit them. Spend time with them. Listen to them. Let them talk, because it matters. It really does matter. And they'll be gone soon enough. And you don't want to have to live with the regret of never having said, I love you, or never having spent any time with them when they were old. Oh boy, this wasn't any easier the second time. I doubt it ever would be. But she has such a beautiful voice. And that was such a lovely, touching, gentle, warming song, the way that she sung it. Man, it's hard for me to imagine how a girl that age could be that strong. Oh boy, that's enough for today. I can't take any more. For you, my viewers, I pray that you will live an abundant life, that you'll be healthy, and that you'll live a long time, and that God will keep you safe from harm. I pray He'll do the same for every person that you love. And I pray most of all that you will be anxious for nothing, but in all things, through prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, you will make your requests known to God. And the peace that passes all understanding will keep your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. This is the Vietnam Era Vet, out.